Okay, let's continue. My major concern for today is what is research. Okay, research is a systematic search for information in order to obtain a clear picture concerning the underlying problems. Okay, so first of all, if we want to conduct a research, first you have to identify what is your problem. Okay, if you don't have a problem, so tak ada makna lah untuk kita buat research. So first thing yang paling important adalah we have to you should have your problem. Okay, and then research is process of identifying the problem thoroughly and objectively. And lastly, collecting and analyzing the relevant data in order to determine the possible factors causing the problem. So when you have problem at hand, we will start collecting and analyzing the data that we collect, okay, to solve or to identify what is the cause of the problem that we have identified earlier. Okay, so in conclusion, research activity are consistent search for information with the objective to get a clearer picture concerning the causes of the problem and to propose specific recommendation for the solution. So after you identify what is your problem, okay, you will start collecting and then analyzing the data, okay, from the sample that you have choose. Okay, after that you can identify what is the cause of the problem that you have identified, and finally you can come up or you can suggest, okay, the recommendation or solution of your problems. Okay, so why the research is important? Okay, so first thing first, okay, the research is to provide the need information that guide managers, okay, for example managers, to make informed decision to successfully deal with the problems. Okay, so the use of research here is to provide you the information needed. For example, if you are a manager in a company, okay, so let's say you have identified some problem. For example, why your workers does not happy in your organization. Okay, when you look into the performance of your workers, okay, you can see that their performance were decreasing. So that is the problem, yeah. Okay, so you want to identify why it's happened. Okay, so the information provided could be the result of a careful analysis of data gathered first hand or data that already available. Okay, yang ni data gathered first hand ni maksudnya primary data lah. Okay, so if you still remember, we have two type of data. First, primary data. Second one is secondary data, right? Okay, so if you have to collect your data by your own, so we call it as primary data. Okay, or you gather the information from the data that already available, okay, for example from a report, so that is a secondary data. Okay, number 3, the importance of research. Okay, research activity provide the knowledge and skill needed for the managers in fast-paced decision making environment. Okay, so we are just not focused on manager. Okay, manager is one of the example for the importance of the research. Okay, for example, I'm as a lecturer. Okay, so why you have to very basic or very awak kena ada asas foundation yang kukuh lah untuk buat research, because this will lead you to make a correct decision making. Okay, that's why the step or the how you conduct research should be kena betul lah cara nak buat research tu supaya the output, okay, the output at the end of your research tu bagi information yang betul lah. Okay, maksudnya research yang awak buat tu betul. Okay, so that's why we have to awak kena ada knowledge and skill yang betul to conduct a research. Okay, other than that, research help in decision making because the analysis of data provide the clear picture to the manager concerning to the underlying problem. Okay, the associated factor and the offer the possible solution. Okay, contoh tadi yang saya bagi tadi, okay, katakan you, okay, are or I'm as a manager in a company, okay, I can see the performance of my workers will slightly decrease. Okay, so I'm conducting my own research to identify what is the factor that cause the decreasing of the performance of my workers. Okay, so saya dapati, okay, my the performance of my workers will decrease because, okay, he or she have a problem with their children. Let's say the children tak ada orang jaga, katakan, okay, sekolah tutup, okay, during this pandemic, the school will close, say, okay, so their children has somebody to take care. Okay, so katakan the husband and wife have to alternate to take care of their children. Okay, that will affect their performance in the company. Okay, so what is the solution? The manager come up with a solution to have a daycare in their office. Okay, for example, cara dia lah, dia dah the manager figure out a problem and then they identify what is the cause of the problem and try to give the solution to their workers. Okay, the researcher interpret the result from the analyzed data and makes a thorough evaluation on the benefit and the consequences for every possible solution. Okay, so based on my previous example, okay, katakan kalau the manager wujudkan daycare in their company. Okay, so secara tak langsung it will solve the problem that faced by their workers. Okay, and the effect from the solution that the manager find is their workers can focus back on their works. Okay, so the performance can be increased back. Okay, the researcher also proposed certain recommendation for the next course of action to be taken by the manager. Thus, the manager is able to make a better decision with the help of research. Okay, let's say katakan the manager tak buat research pun, kenapa their performance of their workers is slightly decrease. Okay, so dia akan menyebabkan company itu boleh menyebabkan katakan company itu terlibat dalam sale. Okay, so the sale we affected. Okay, so secara tak langsung the company profit also will be decreased. Okay, tadi important. Now we look into the purpose of the research. So the main purpose of conducting a research is, first, we want to explore the topic. Okay, and then we want to describe or the description of the phenomena, and then the explanation of the behavior of the phenomena. Okay, phenomena here referring to the problem lah. Okay, why do we need a research? Okay, first, in managing the organization, the manager as a decision maker will come across many managerial problems that are interrelated in various areas such as management, accounting, marketing, production, and finance. Okay, secondly, in helping the manager to solve the management problem, the researcher would define the research problem, determine the research objective, identify the relevant variable that may relate to the problem, collect data on all important variables, and analyze them to finalize the root of a problem. And lastly, when you come out with when you already have your problem, research objective, okay, identify your variable, okay, finally you will make your report based on your analysis that you have done, okay. Make a full report based on the data analysis to be presented to the manager concerning the problem and the possible course of action in order to tackle the problem. Okay, so ini yang awak akan buat nanti dalam projek awak. Okay, you're gonna choose your own topic, okay, identify the problems, okay, and then come up with a research objective, and then you have to collect the data to question all your research objective and research question, okay, and finally you have to analyze your data and come up with a report, okay. Okay, other than that, why do we need a research? Okay, first, the essence of research is important to manager, in which research help them to be more effective and efficient in making the decision for the organisation. Okay, why I banyak mention manager here? Okay, because this book is focusing for business and social science. That's why this book banyak mention pasal manager. Okay, it does not limited to the manager sahaja. Okay, sebagai contoh, saya in educational line also involved in research, right? Okay, so I just want to ingatkan awak, it does not limited to the manager only. Okay, secondly, why we need to conduct research? Okay, help manager to identify the viable alternative among several alternatives available for effective decision making. So if we have problem, then you should have several alternative or several choice to to solve your problem. Okay, so that's why the importance of research here is to guide you to make a correct decision based on the list of alternatives that you have to solve your problem. Okay, number 3, knowledge or research will also help manager to utilize the available information in more sophisticated methods in understanding the problem. Okay, the manager also will be able to interact more effectively with every employee in planning for the research and development project or R&D for the organisation.